Hello everyone, in today's video, we will be summarizing two selected audio clips that I have chosen before ya. But before we dive into the main content, let me introduce myself. My name is Agung Prasetiyo. I'm a student at Pinus University and studying in information systems. So yeah, that's it for my short introduction. So now let's jump right into the first audio section. So in this topic, we are going to talk about discovering the world's tallest mountains. This topic is from question 6 from through 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in the audio, they talk about big mountains like the Rockies, Andes, Alps, Himalayas. They also mention two small ones in the North America, which are the Appalachians and also the Cascades, which are not as tall. They said these tall mountains formed in the last 100 million years. The Rockies started forming about 100 million years ago, and they are now 3,000 miles long. And they start forming about 65 million years ago. New volcanoes, the Alps and Himalayas are part of the same 700-mile mountain system, and they began forming about 18 million years ago because of big piece of the earth moving. Also, the audio talk about the Appalachians, which are much older than these big mountains. They start forming more than 400 million years ago and finish by 2 million years ago. So yeah, for millions of years they have become shorter because of the weather and also other natural forces. So lastly, if I'm not mistaken, the audience mentioned that Cascade Mountains, which are very young, they finished rising from the sea only about 1 million years ago. So yeah, they are volcanic mountains and part of ring of fire around the Pacific Ocean. So to summarize this, the key points, we can see that the mountains come in different size and age across the world. Some of the big mountains include the Rockies, Himalayas, Alps, and also Andes. These mountains are very tall and have formed within the last 100 million years. And on the other hand, there are smaller mountains in the North America like Appalachians and Cascades. The Appalachians are much older compared to the others, right? We can see that on the previously discussed about these big mountains. So yeah, the Appalachians are much older compared than the others, while the Cascades are considered very young mountains. These mountains has its own unique features and history. So yeah, that's for the first audio. Maybe let's jump into the second audio that we were talking about. Okay, now we will discuss the second audio, which is we are going to talking about the historical fiction in American books. Where we will discuss the title of the Laura's book. Okay. So next, okay. In the audio, they are talking about the historical fiction. Basically, in the historical fiction, they are talking about the truth, lies, and everything in between. It's a special kind of story that tries to show things from a long time ago from the story. So yeah, but here's the interesting part. Sometimes the writers change or add things to make the story more exciting. They also talk about the lady named Laura Ingalls Wilder. She wrote some books called the Little House series. These books are great example of historical American fiction. What Laura did was very clever. She told real stories, but she didn't tell everything because she left out some things that were not nice, like some events and names. Maybe for example, she didn't write about her sister because her life was not happy. Yeah, and she changed the names of some people who were not nice in her stories. So Laura also made the stories easier for the kids and it's understanding for the readers. She changed the way her family. Also in real life they move a lot, but in her books she made it simpler. Yeah, so that's it for the story fiction that I heard about the audio. So this is the key points that we need to but we need to see and look for a better understanding. The part one is the number one is the historical fiction is when story from a long time ago or important events from history are changed and added to make them more exciting. So second one is Laura Ingalls Little House series is an example of historical American fiction. This is the one of example for story American fiction. And the third, the Laura told real stories but left out some parts that were not nice and changed the names. Yeah, it's obviously right. We need to change some events that make more interesting in the readers. And next one is that she made the story simpler for kids to read. And lastly, for the title of books are true stories, but they are considered historical fiction because Laura changed things to make them more interesting and suitable for young readers. Right. So yeah, maybe that's all from me. Hopefully what I have explained that can be understood by all my friends that watching me. So yeah, thank you. Till the next time.